Hi, good morning, and welcome to the ZP vlog and podcast. So every week at approximately 8 a.m. London time, we do this live streaming webinar, not webinar really, but a vlog and podcast, and we look back at the news for the week. So today is the 3rd of October 2021, and this is the news from the week starting the 27th of September 2021. So let me just sort of try and jump straight into it really. So let's start with just recently things have obviously opened back up after sort of the COVID-19. COVID-19 unfortunately is still with us, but international travel has started to open up. So you will start to notice now that ZP is starting to be able to post. Hi Ahmed, good to see you this morning. So you will see that ZP is able to travel now, and we're starting to post kind of images and videos from our various sites. So I was able to go on site a couple of weeks ago, and whilst I was there, I was in one of the R&D centres, and we did a little walk around because this R&D centre is on 2 floors in the particular building. And so we did a sort of a little tour around the building just to give people a sense of what's going on at Zimmer and Peacock. So that was one of the things that we put up last week. Also, because we were able to travel and things were open up a little bit. I mean, at ZP we run a kind of unusual internship programs. The internship program that Ellie was on, we interviewed Ellie. She was actually only with us for 3 months, but in that 3 months you'd actually interned with us in the UK. So we have some labs very near Warwick University in the UK, really near Warwick University. And then she actually come across to Norway and had interned with us there. And she gave us a little interview where she sort of said, yeah, she had a good time and she would obviously make that recommendation. So thank you to Ali for doing that interview with us. Just some other news from Zimmer and Peacock. It's just a bit of a photograph, but I mean, one of the things about biosensing is how you bring a sample to an electrochemical biosensor influences the signal, and therefore we actually have some flow cells. So for some applications, people want to do sort of near line monitoring or something, and therefore the flow cell is super useful in those situations, because you can bring a sample to the sensor in a sort of reproducible manner. So that was just something that we put out there this week about our flow cells. This flow cells in particular was set up in Norway, but in order to do an experiment like that, you obviously need let's say the electrodes, you need the chemicals, you need the pumps, and you need the flow cells. And it's kind of nice because we have all that kind of equipment actually at our fingertips at ZP. We don't have to go hunting around for it or ordering it. Another kind of indication that the world is starting to open up again is there's a conference. The International Conference on Biosensing Technology is kind of the sister conference to the World Congress on Biosensors. So this biosensing conference generally before COVID-19 takes place every couple of years. Unfortunately, I think last year it couldn't happen. It's going to happen this year, and Zimmer and Peacock will be holding a biosensor workshop at the conference. So on the 25th of May 2022, there's I'm not sure if it's a town or a city in Spain called Sitges, and ZP will be holding a live workshop there. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately it's not till 2022, but myself and an engineer will be going there to hold a live conference. Hi Aftab, nice to see you this morning. So let me back up slightly as well, and then go to some of our other news. As I say, today's the 3rd of October 2022, but this is a look back at news that we've put out there since 27th of September 2021. I suppose another indication, so I just mentioned that we are going to Spain in 2022 to do a webinar there. Hi Aftab, how are you this morning? So we're going to go to Spain. More, let's say, sooner than that, we're actually going to be going to an exhibition called Farm Business Innovation 2021. This will be held in Birmingham. So there's something called the NEC, the National Exhibition Centre in Birmingham, UK. And ZP, we will be taking our nitrate sensor there and sort of displaying it and showing it. So as you know, at Zimmer & Peacock we have a host of technologies, from glucose sensing to lactate sensing to sodium potassium, but we also have nitrate sensing, and so we will be holding we'll be exhibiting at that particular show, and it looks like, when I look at the expo website, looks like we'll be doing that on the 10th and 11th of November 2021. We did announce it in our ZP Developer Zone, but we did it this week, which is, no, in fact, it would have been the week before. ZP and Palmsense did a webinar together on measuring salinity. So this might be interesting to somebody like Ahmet and Ali. I mean, measuring salinity through conductivity. You can, if you see the webinar, or you've watched the webinar, then you'll find that the settings for measuring conductivity are quite simple. So you can essentially use a sort of sinusoidal excitation of voltage and measure the current, and that will tell you, the real component will tell you what the conductivity is, and from there you can measure salinity. So that was a webinar that we had held with Palmsense, and that reminds me, actually, we're going to do another webinar with Palmsense as well, and I must get back to them on that. On Thursdays at 8 AM every week, we, without hesitation or delay, we always do our ZP Developer Zone members webinar. So this week, we answer questions from the ZP Developer Zone, and we leave the webinar up on YouTube afterwards, so that people can watch it. As I said, we are able to now start traveling between our various locations, and so we put a video out on YouTube just showing the A1 facility. We are able to travel back into Norway this week, so I think we're going to do a more extensive video of the A1 facility, but we posted some images on YouTube sort of showing a flyover of the building, but I think the flyover doesn't really do the building justice, so we'll redo it and get some sort of better information. Now this might be something interesting, that we do have a very active ZP Developer Zone. So Haseem is one of our sort of founding members of our ZP Developer Zone, and he has put together a presentation on measuring acrylamide in coffee using cyclovoltammetry. And we think, if we don't get too many questions this week from the ZP Developer Zone, then we'll probably do a little talk about his work there. So it'll be cyclovoltammetry with an application to quantifying essentially a byproduct in the production of coffee, but this byproduct potentially could be carcinogenic, so it's it's relevant, and we like it because it's related to food, so it should be kind of interesting. And then just so far we've done some webinars in Turkey, we've done some webinars in India, we've done some webinars in Vietnam, and now we're going to be doing, with one of our ZP Developer Zone members, Ali, we're going to start doing a webinar. We'll be doing a webinar with the University of Shiraz and Zimmer & Peacock, and that will be taking place on the 27th of October 2021. And just to say, as part of our kind of outreach program, we like to do these webinars with universities, and that will be one that we'll be holding pretty soon. So if I was to kind of summarize, as I say, every week at 8 AM London time, we do a sort of retrospective look back at the week. This was looking at the week that started the 27th of September. So we put out some news about our facility. You can do a virtual tour around the facility. We interviewed one of our internships. We showed some of our material on the flow cells. We also announced that we're going to be holding a workshop in Spain in 2022 as part of an academic conference there. If you're interested in our nitrate technology and you're resident in the UK, you'll be able to see us on the 10th and 11th of November at the NEC. We put the video out that we did with Palmsense, so we're happy to have done that on salinity. Don't forget to see us every Thursday, 8 a.m. at the ZP Developer Zone. It doesn't matter if you miss because it's always on YouTube. We are going back to Norway this week, in fact tomorrow, so we'll get some more videos about the A1 building. This Thursday at our ZP Developer Zone, I think we might be doing a presentation on coffee. And then just finally, as part of our kind of outreach program and our commitment to the broader society, we'll be doing a webinar with Shiraz University in Iraq. Okay, guys. Well, thanks, Ahmet and Aftab, for attending today. This will also be a podcast, and I will see you guys later on, and I'll see the ZP Developer Zone members on Thursday. Okay, thanks very much.